Greetings everyone. So when I film an apartment tour, usually at the end I like to have a bit of a sit down with the person whose house we're touring, where we just have a conversation about what it means for them to be a creative and their process. I wanted to have a place where all of these conversations could live, which is how I created In Conversation with Creative Minds. As always, please let me know what you think, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
We're now at the interview portion of this video, and once again, I really want to thank you for having me on this tour. I feel like in a way, like, you inspired me to want to add like more colors in my home. You really did. I feel like your home is so intentional and in such like a soft, wonderful way. So yeah, it's been a pleasure. First of all, can you tell us a bit more maybe about how you came about creating all this beautiful content around your home?
So when I moved in here like almost 2 years ago, I started my Instagram mainly like without really intentions of what it would be, just to sort of document what I was doing, because I followed like a lot of people like home and interior accounts, and I never saw much on rented spaces, people with like beautiful homes, but not much like rented smaller stuff. So I just started showing people what I was doing, and then things kind of like spiraled, and like audiences came from lots of places. I was quite surprised like how interested people were in it, and that kind of helped inspire what to do next, from looking at other people that I follow and what people were saying to me about what they'd like to see, and kind of made it really enjoyable to work on lots of like little projects. And then I was posting on a bit on TikTok as well, and like the nature of TikTok, you never know what's gonna happen. And a few videos gained a bit of traction, which brought people from other sides of the world over to my Instagram. Since then I've kind of started to show a bit more of myself, whereas at the start I didn't intend to make it a big thing. And it's nice to be able to show a bit more of myself and like things that I do in the home, whether that's to do with matcha and just simple things, and that's like the content I like to show, just like finding enjoyment in your home. I don't really see myself as an inspiration person, but I like that people come to my account to take something, whether they're saying like, oh yeah, they bought this lamp because they saw it, but that's kind of how it's all come about.
Got it. And so would you consider what you create like intentional decor, or even like more to do with slow living? I think everything I've decided is with a certain intent, and not again talking about like trends or just to have it. I do like to pick things that I know I'm going to enjoy or use. I'm definitely not a minimalist as that. Like I have a lot of decorative pieces, but everything I've picked has got a purpose, and I plan for it to have it for a while. And I'm not a collector of things to keep away. And I am quite ruthless. If that's not needed, like I don't need it. Do you get rid of them? Do you resell them? Do you gift them? Do you give them?
I think luckily actually I haven't found I've gotten rid of a lot since I've lived here. Usually just the odd small thing that maybe I brought with me from my family home, or like when I rented a room that doesn't now fit in with the new thing that I've created. But if I am like getting rid of something, it will usually be given to family or friends who might like it, or because I live in a big building, there's always neighbours who are interested in like picking things up. We have quite a nice community, like I've got this, or someone else might say they've got this that they don't need, and what's surprising is things that I don't think anyone would want to do. Like I had a bathroom storage thing that I bought originally just to get a bathroom storage, and then I changed my mind, and it was a bit used and had spilt skincare on it, and I just said, anyone can take it for free, and someone did, and I'm sure they would have used it in a nice way, and it does make you feel good that it's not just being thrown in the bin.
Well, obviously you've shared like quite a few tips, which thank you, but is there anything that comes to mind, maybe like the first thing when you're like, okay, I just got the keys, I'm moving into this space, what would you do?
I think the best thing to do is to resist like rushing and give your time to live in the space, or like if you haven't moved in yet, you're able to view it again from the first time that you viewed it, because often you kind of imagine things differently compared to when you move in. So yeah, don't rush into buying everything. Buy the things that you need first, the bigger pieces of furniture, and then like once you've lived in the space, you'll notice things that you do or don't need, whether that's like the style of curtains, because you know the lighting is a certain way at a certain time of day, and you need blackout curtains, or like a type of rug that you need because you don't actually like walking on hard floors. Just give you some time to live in the space.
And that's why I do feel like you, again, like there's so much intention in the way you look at home decor, and this idea of just going at your own pace and looking to purchase the things that you actually like, versus just being like, okay, let me just throw everything together and then be like, oh, you know, maybe that doesn't really work. So you have your Instagram, right, which is also rented. Where can other people find you?
TikTok, also rented as well, and then on Pinterest, that's where I post my own content, but then you can see also where I get my inspiration from, if I'm planning a new space or a project, and on Pinterest I incorporate a bit more out of interiors, so a tiny bit of fashion, like style and beauty and food as well.
I feel pretty complete. I don't know if there's anything else that you'd like to add.
I think the only other thing I would say is when people ask about how I know how to decorate and stuff like that, I just say don't stress, or like there's a kind of similar with fashion, it's good to not always compare yourself or worry about trends, because it is like your home. So if someone else doesn't like it, that's not an issue. Like you know, the main purpose is for you to enjoy the space, and if you look at an item like in a shop and you're going to enjoy looking at that every day, then like buy it. Who cares if it's in trend or not? It's just like your space to enjoy.
That's wonderful. And I'll even add, I think all of us are creative, and you know, like you said, like sometimes you go online and you're like, oh, that person knows how to do it really well, so do you, but for yourself. Like sometimes the reason why we love something or someone is because they remind us of like what we know how to do as well. So I think that's a lovely way to finish this video. Thank you again for having me and us. It's been a wonderful tour, and I think that's the end of the video.
Cool, perfect.
Wow, so that is the end of In Conversation with Creatives, episode 1. If you've enjoyed Steph and want to hear and see more about her home, then you can check out her London apartment tour. It is up on my channel. As for me, I want to thank you all for watching. I would love to hear what you have to say. If this is a type of content that you would love to see more of on my channel, I'm going to try and go back to older apartment tours and make sure that I get these conversations out on the channel. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye!